Good evening, friends. Namaskar. I welcome you all to my English YouTube channel, that is Life and Economics. Today I will discuss something different from what I was discussing on previous occasions. Today I will try to disprove what our chief economic advisor K. Subramaniam has told. I totally differ with his viewpoint. It may be noted that on 8th September, he has written an article in Indian Express. The article name is On Economy Follow Evidence. We all know that few days back, our Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has told that pandemic as act of God and there will be contraction in economy. That means she had tried to shift the responsibility to God. When they achieve anything or they do anything, they celebrate with the grandeurs, they take credits, make publicity, advertisement, blitzkrieg in media. But when there is crisis, economy collapses, they attribute to the act of God. But at that time, they think that they have done this. After finance minister defending government, now chief economic advisor has come to rescue of the government. We must know that in present regime, those bureaucrats, especially those who are in the advisory board or occupies top positions, they do not have to give concrete suggestion, rather they have to justify the decision of the government, which is usually in favor of rich corporate class or to evoke the sentiments of people. Demonetization step was taken, ignoring the Reserve Bank governor, even finance ministry. Raghuram Rajan was not given another chance despite being one of the world's famous economists. Arvinda Subramaniam was shown door because he had difference with the government regarding the data. Many those who differ with the government or those who do not justify the failure of government, they are shown the door. So now the chief economic advisor K. Subramanian has tried to defend the recent contraction of GDP as it is due to pandemic. What I want to tell that sometimes people evaluate one's knowledge, talents, opinions with positions. Undoubtedly, I do not undermine the knowledge of any important persons. But those who occupy many top positions, they rarely tell the truth. They just have to justify what government is telling. So people should not be swayed by the views of top people holding top positions. Here I may recall that few years back, Arvindam Subramaniam, when he was chief economic advisor, he had come to address Odisha Economic Association conference in Bhubaneswar. Just few days before, he had presented the economic survey, where he had bypassed investment. Sorry, he had bypassed savings, and a surveyor told to augment the investment for the growth. But he has bypassed the savings, that is, savings leads to investment that spurs growth. I had also asked this question to him, why he bypassed savings, which is very important because savings leads to investment that spurs growth. Even Growth Commission has, led by Michael Spence, has pointed out this. However, he could not differ with my views, though he did not agree because he was holding a top position of government. So now the present chief economic advisor, as it is his duty to defend the government rather to say what is the reality. He has pointed out that this crisis is due to pandemic. The contraction of GDP by 23.9% in April-June quarter 2020 or first quarter of this financial year is due to corona virus pandemic. Here question arises. No doubt corona pandemic has aggravated situation, but economy was already in doldrums before corona afflicting Indian economy. Why, another question, if corona has affected, then why contraction of GDP in case of India is the worst among the major economies? That is the question he must have to answer. But he did not answer because he attributed it to the corona pandemic. Our GDP contracted 23.9%, while other data says that UK contracted by 21.7%, France contracted by 18.9%, Italy contracted by 17.7%, Canada contracted by 13%, Germany contracted by 11.3%, Japan contracted by 9.9%, USA contracted by 1%. But the China, where virus was originated, it has posted 3.2 positive growth. One may say that China had a negative growth in the previous quarter, 6.8%. Even we take into consideration, then still China is a much better place in comparison to other countries and in relation to India. Population may be considered. China has a huge population, but why India could not enhance the growth? Growth is not everything. It does not always indicate the well-being of the society. There are so many indicators. Growth is indicate economic activities. Benefits of growth percolates to the richer section of society while poorer are deprived. But still growth is important because when economic growth rises, benefit goes to richer section of the society. When growth declines, then poor people suffer most, vulnerable section of the suffer most, richer section of the society does not suffer. So India has a worst contraction. Even other statistics what say, he says that pandemic affected growth, but the Indian economy was slowing down much before. As far as growth figure it says, it was 8.2% growth rate in 2015 and 16. That declined to 7.1% in 2016 and 17. Again, that declined to 6.1% in 2018-19, which has declined to 4.2% in 2019-20. That is 11 years low. One may say that lockdown was in March, but lockdown only accounted 7 days of month of March. So why growth was reduced to 11-year low? Even if quarterly growth is taken into consideration, in the last 88 quarter, growth is slowing down. For example, in April-June 2008 quarter, growth was 7.1%. In next quarter, July-September, it declined to 6.2%. In next quarter, October to December, growth declined to 5.6%. Next January-March 2019, it declined to 5.7%. Next April-June, it was 5.2%. July-September, it was 4.4%. October-December, it was 4.2%. January-March, it declined to 3.1%. That means continuously in 8 quarters, the growth has declined. So how crisis can be attributed to pandemic? Even Corona affecting Indian economy, everybody know, I have also spoken, that unemployment rate was 45 years high, that is 6.1% in 2017 and 18. Consumer spending was 4-decade low. Employment for the first time in history has declined by 9 million from 2011-12 to 2017-18. And 85 million had declined due to demonetization. In all indicator, there was a decline, there was a downward spiral. So it is quite wrong to attribute the present contraction to pandemic only. Pandemic has effect, but it is a GST, if defective or a faulty GST, which is a complex, more complex or complexity imposed by another name, and a draconian demonetization, and a poorly planned lockdown has devastated Indian economy. So he has to agree that all these has pushed to economy into downward trend, and it is not only COVID, other factors involved, it is the failure of government. Next question comes, he says that economy is recovering strongly in the unlock phase. He says that after lockdown, when unlock has started, economy is recovering in a strong way in unlock phase. It is quite surprising. Data does not justify it that economy is recovering in strong way. It is no doubt when there was a stringent lockdown, when unlock will start, there will be recovery. It is obvious thing, because people will move, people will purchase, there may be improvement, but improvement is not so encouraging. Even improvement is not so encouraging and not up to mark. How we can evaluate? For example, let us take some example. According to Center of Monitoring Indian Economy, about 21 million salaried employees lost their job during April and August. That means 2.1 crore. From this, 3.3 million jobs being lost in August alone, in last month, and 4 million in July. That means 4.5 million salaried lost job in July and 3.3 lost in August. So how there is a strong recovery or in a unlock stage? That is quite an unjustified argument. Even Asian Development Bank and International Labour Organization says if pandemic is not contained from youth from age 15 to 24, 6.1 million youth will be jobless. It is the report of ILO, it is not an individual report. What are other things? Let us think about core sector. It constitutes 8 core industries, that is coal, crude oil, natural gas, steel, cement, electricity and fertilizer. That account 40.27% of index of industrial production. This core sector has declined 9.6% in July in comparison to previous July of previous year. Because August figure is not yet has come, so July last figure 9.6% contraction. It may be there was a contraction, 22% contraction in May and 12.9% in June and 37.9% in April. That means core 8 core sector, which is very important sector, that is contracting by huge margin. That is the most important thing. It has contracted 9.6% in July. So how there is a strong recovery in the unlock phase. Again, another important thing which is yet to be discussed. Rather, India has entered into the phase of stagflation. Stagflation means stagnation plus inflation. Normally, inflation is carried with the rise of growth and employment. A little amount of inflation, 2-3%, is good for economy. More than this is not good. But consumer inflation has increased to 6.9% in July, which was around 6.7% in previous month. Food inflation also has increased 8.7% to 10%. That means food inflation was 8.7% in June and it has increased 10%. Consumer inflation was 6.2% in June and it has increased to 6.9% in July. That means when people's purchasing power is hit, they do not have money to spend, they are worst sufferer, they are decimated, and when demand is decreasing, then inflation, consumer inflation, food inflation is increasing. Who are affected by food inflation? Everybody knows the cost of vegetables. Food inflation affects the poorer section of the society more. And particularly it also lead to financial depression because people are getting very low interest in their deposit, low return in their savings. When inflation is nearer to 7%, almost all are getting negative real interest rate. Negative real interest rate means return they are getting minus inflation. Reserve Bank governor has reduced repo rate by 1.15% in different phases since February, addressing the supply sides. But actually problem in India is demand constraint, lack of purchasing power, lack of demand. But in order to reduce the cost of borrowing of corporate and government, he has reduced the interest rate, which has no positive impact on growth. Rather, it has a help in rising of inflation that has affected the poorer section of the society more. Another important thing is the tax GDP ratio is one of the lowest in the world and it is declining. It is around 11.7% in 2016-17 and it has declined by 9.8% in 2018-19. Expenditure in 2019-20 budget has been cut around 2.98 lakh crore. External debt is rising, debt as percentage of GDP is rising, fiscal deficit is beyond control, it may be 7 to 8% or 11-10% if both center and state are taken into consideration. Economy is in shambles, doldrums, but how the chief economic advisor is telling that there is a strong recovery, that is very things need to be analyzed. Another thing is that they point out that this crisis is something different crisis. Health crisis led to economic crisis. Many point out that crisis has to lead to contraction or a decline of indicators. But I have already told that we have a worst contraction, and we were before a pandemic affecting Indian economy, our economy was declining in doldrums. But let us have a comparison between global crisis when Manmohan Singh was finance minister and now when our Narendra Modi ji prime minister. When Manmohan Singh was prime minister and Narendra Modi ji prime minister. At that time, when global crisis took place from December 2002 to June 2009, at that time, world economy collapsed by around 4%, while the US economy has GDP has declined by 4.2% during that period, total period. But at that time, India witnessed growth that is around 9.3% in 2007-8. Growth has declined, but it was still 6.7% in 2008-9, then again more than 8% in 2009 and 10. In many indicators, there was affected, but India was decoupled because of proper policy and a strong public sector and less liberalization, less disinvestment. But what now government is doing? Government is exposing the economy to the vulnerability of global finance capital and vulnerability of the global economy. There is aggressive privatization, disinvestment. That means that will further aggravate the economic condition. When there is need for raising the purchasing power, they are doing something different. They are trying to taking the advantage of the situation. They are magnifying their stronghold on politics. That is quite pathetic. Further, he argues that this India growth may be affected due to stringent lockdown, but our death rate is less in comparison to USA, Brazil, which has not imposed stringent lockdown. Here, he tries to hide more than reveal. First thing we must know that coronavirus was originated in China, but China had not 100% lockdown, but he has very number of infected people is very less, and it has control. USA failed because it is arrogance and negligence. And we have less fatality rate because our hot climate, because immune system for people and majority are youth. It is not that we have a better health infrastructure facility and a developed country has very poor health infrastructure facility. Our health infrastructure is very decrepit and poor. Doctor patient ratio or a bed patient ratio very poor very abysmal in comparison to other countries. We have a health expenditure which is one of the lowest in the world. India is most privatized health sector, and in 1 year more than 5.5 crore people were dragged into poverty due to health expenditure. Health expenditure as percentage of GDP is ranging from 1% to 1.3%, which is the lowest in the world. So how can government boast that because of our planning death fatality rate? If fatality rate is low due to health expenditure, health facilities, why infection is so much increasing? It is sheer failure of the government policy. Because when coronavirus erupted and when a first coronavirus took place in Kerala in January 31, second infection took place after 1 month. When in other country it took place, happened, India did not take serious. Bureaucrat did not give proper advice. Health ministry failed miserably. Even till March, 12th March, India had not recognized it as a health emergency. After, when state government started lockdown, then center imposed lockdown. Scientific temper was decimated, banging of plate was made, somebody blew cow, so somebody burst crackers. So what happened? That could not able to. Even Honorable Prime Minister has told that when he imposed 21 days lockdown, without giving the chance people to move or to prepare themselves to cope with this stringent lockdown, he had told that Mahabharata jit sakta hai. Then Mahabharata was only 18 months, so it can be won. However, 21 days, then it was extended. What is important? Indian lockdown was stringent, 100% lockdown, which is the most stringent in comparison to other country. But what is the impact? The very purpose of lockdown was that during that period, government will invest more in health infrastructure, strengthen the health infrastructure so that they can cope with. But lockdown was extended every day. State government extended, central government extended, even in panchayat, other places, local administrator extended as they liked. But what result it could not able to prevent the spreading of virus. In the month of May, India was 10th positions. When lockdown was declared, it is around to only 800 something corona infected person, and only there was around probably 10 people have died. But what is today's situation? India has already surpassed Brazil, and it has already second position in terms of infection, number of infection per day. It occupies top position. In terms of total infected, it is second position. Already more than around 80,000 people have succumbed. Who will think of this family of this 80,000 who have died? There is a time to researchers should investigate, discuss with a corona patient who have recovered. What is their experience? How they have got the health facilities from government? I think then nobody is coming the facilities or health facility given to them. I am not telling that government is doing nothing. Government is in the Odisha, government is doing in other state, they are doing, but that is not adequate. They are handicapped because of their lack of money. Central finance, state finance in the doldrums. It is time to central print more currency and provide more money to states so that they can spend in health expenditure. They can augment health expenditure. Money is a major constraint. That is also money is misutilized. It is part of governance. It is happening everywhere. But still, health expenditure, health spending is not adequate to cope with the situation. So we cannot attribute to this. What is another important thing that he says that India will witness V-shaped recovery. V-shaped recovery means decline was sharp, again recovery will be rise sharp. Some say L-shaped recovery decline was sharp, but then parallel situation. But actually recovery will be K-shaped. K-shaped means those who are well off, those who are wealthy, rich, they will be benefited as seen in the rise of stock market. their wealth will increase as Amani wealth has increased by $22 billion in 1 year. While the vulnerable section of the society, poorer section of society, their economic position will be declined. That is the K-shaped recovery. Know that everybody is uncertain. It is time that government should spend more in health expenditure, should provide more money to people. It should raise their purchasing power. Mainly, economy have been hit by more decline in private expenditure. So government expenditure need to be compensated the decline in the private expenditure. Private expenditure can rise if people have money. No investment will come unless people have money, unless there is demand. If nobody purchases a car, then why car manufacturer will sell car, or why they will manufacture car? So it is not necessary to give more concession to corporate, rather raise the purchasing of the power of people. The corporate tax cut made in past has no benefit, rather it has destroyed the economy. Had those money spent in health expenditure, health infrastructure, situation would have been different. So it is a time to admit the failure. What is the important thing? Failure is a part of governance. Failure is part of human life. Whoever may commit mistakes. It is the faulty policy of demonetization, GST and poorly planned lockdown has decimated economy. Government should not privatize public sector. Government should refrain from raising emotional issue, or ruling class should relinquish its political ambition. Rather, it should consult other economists. It should take advice from opposition. Opposition should be united. It is not question who will rule. It is question of survival. It is question of saving the human lives. There may be 30 crore may be in a better place, but what about 100 crores? We are languishing all in the economy indicators, social indicator in the abyss, behind many major economies, many top countries, whether it is the hunger index or inclusive index or happiness index or any index, we are abysmally placed. So how long we go on praising ourselves? How long we will go on advertising and spending money? How long we will surface dissent? How long people will not allow people to speak freely? How long we will hide the failures? Government may rule again, may get power again, because electoral success has nothing to do with the performance. Sometimes emotion help to gain electoral dividend, but reality is that we must have a heart, we must have a sympathy. Government must have a fellow feeling, sympathy, compassion to the poorer section of the society. Otherwise, it will be meaningless. Government cannot attribute to failure to the act of God or a pandemic. Government has got responsibility. State has got responsibility toward the vulnerable section of the society. Otherwise, what is the meaning of state and government? Thank you all. Hope you will enjoy, see this speech, and if like, you can subscribe this YouTube channel also. Thank you all.